Okay, so we're back with the Ars Magna lucis et Umbrae. It's the great art of light and shadow. It is a 1645 work by the Jesuit scholar Athanasius Kircher. It was dedicated to Ferdinand. I want to say that's the fourth. I'm not good with Roman numerals, but he is the king of the Romans and published in Rome by Ludovico Grignani, king of the Romans. All right. He's a second edition. A second edition was published in Amsterdam in 1671 by Johann Janssen. Ars Magna was the first description published in Europe of the illumination and the projection of images. Okay, we're talking about the magic lantern and how the magic lantern works. It sounds like a camera. Remember, Wonder Camera. The book contains the first printed illustration of Saturn. And in 1671, the 1671 edition also contained a description of the magic lantern. And just taking a little peep. What's that? Yeah, man, that looked like the insignia for the Holy Roman Empire. Alright. Is the guy attributed? Alright, cool. And it's the illustration of Anamorphous from the book, the Ars Magna Lucis et Umbrae. So it followed soon after Kircher's work on magnetism. Magnus's Sive de Arte Magnetica, 1641. And the title was a play on words. In his introduction, Kircher notes that the word magna alluded to the powers of the magnet, so that the title could also be read The Magnetic Art of Light and Shadow. The work was well known for several decades. Okay. Let's look at this. It's a moon dial. Okay, that's interesting. The Ars Magna is the first of Kircher's works to follow a symbolic structure. It consists of 10 books, represented as the 10 strings of the instrument with which the psalmist praises the Lord in Psalms 143. Oh, you tripping. Alright, the 10 books also have a Kabbalistic significance, betokening the 10 Sephiroth. Okay. Alright, so Kircher dealt comprehensively with many aspects of light, including physical, astronomical, astrological, and metaphysical. He discussed phenomena such as fluorescence, phosphorescence, and luminance, optics, and perspective. He also described pareidolia. The work deals first with the sun, moon, stars, comets, eclipses, and planets. It also discusses phenomena related to light, such as optical illusions, color, refraction, projection, and distortion. The work includes one of the first scientific on phosphorescence and the luminosity of fireflies. He devoted much care to the description of instruments such as sundials, moondials, and mirrors that make use of light. He had written extensively on these subjects in an earlier work, the Primite Pneumaticae Catropicesce. Forgive me, I only can read English. Kircher also discussed the magic lantern. He is sometimes incorrectly credited with inventing this device. All right, so who invented it? That's a question. All right, in the section Cosmetria Mnemonica, Kircher set out to show how, by measuring sunlight and shadow, it was possible to measure the universe itself. He estimated the depth of the Earth's atmosphere, the distance between the moon and the Earth, the diameter of the sun and its distance from the earth. Man, I'm just thinking, like, how is he able to do that? He's a really smart guy, The book concludes with a verse: Disperge has ratus anime fulgibitis umbras. Ut sit me lux, me sit tur lux. Disperse the shadows of the soul with splendid rays, so that your light be mine and my light yours. This guy's deep. Just looking to go that double-headed foul again. And this is an interesting picture. Got like the little church or university, Jesuit little thing. Got the little cave, reminiscent of like Plato's cave. I know a lot of esoteric people will touch on that. But that's for another time. Continue on with the reading. The Ars Magna, lucis et Umbrae contained 34 engraved plate illustrations. The illustration of Saturn was a woodcut. The planet was represented as a spear with two nearby ellipses. As the existence of the rings had not yet been discovered in 1641. By the time the second edition was published in 1671, it was understood that Saturn had rings and not two large satellites, but Kircher did not correct the illustration and it was reprinted unchanged. So we're putting incorrect information into the sphere of knowledge and information. Okay, that's what he's known for. Got you. And this very interesting picture. I can't read the language and stuff that's on there, but it's a very interesting picture nonetheless. It's the universal horoscope of the Society of Jesus. The frontispiece for the book by Pierre Maillotte combines the physical, metaphysical, and allegorical qualities of light. It depicts three realms: the divine, the starry, and the earthly. In the divine realm, the name of God appears in the Hebrew tetragrammaton. Grammation, okay, surrounded by the 9 orders of angels. Immediately below this are represented the 2 highest means by which humans can understand God's plan: sacred authority, octratritis sacra, and the reason, ratio. In the center of the starry realm below is the celestial spear of the signs of the zodiac. On the left side, the sun god, his body marked with the signs of the zodiac that govern the respective parts of the body. He carries a caduceus, a token of Hermes, topped with the symbol of an eye that may denote hermetic wisdom. His feet rest upon the double-headed eagle of the Habsburgs. From the clouds beneath, a hand emerges holding a lantern, revealing the text of a book labeled Profane Authority, Auctoritas Profana. That is the writing of ancient pagan philosophers and other authorities. Facing the sun god is the moon goddess, covered in stars and holding a shield which reflects the light of the sun down to the earth below. She holds a staff topped with an owl, symbol of Athena, and her feet rest on a peacock, symbol of Juno. Beneath her, a finger points to a fourth source of knowledge, the senses. The senses, or it could be like a C. Senses, okay. It's like a ledger, okay, represented by a telescope casting an image of the sun onto a sheet of paper. Ars Magna contained Kircher's own drawings of sunspots. You know what I'm saying? This dude has superpowers. Above the earthly level appears the portrait of the Archduke Ferdinand. The Archduke Ferdinand? That name sounds familiar. I think World War I, I digress. To whom the book was dedicated. Beneath this, on the left, is a formal garden, perhaps demonstrating the life-giving properties of sunlight and the enlightenment. Here, the rays of the moon are cast onto a moon dial. On the right, a ray of sunlight penetrates the roof of a dark cave, and the mirror casts reflections on the wall of the cave. This is a representation of Plato's famous allegory of the cave. I was kind of right. Hey. Universal horoscope of the Society of Jesus. Okay, what's this about? Ars Magna et Umbrae contain many designs for sundials and related devices, including a large fold-out sheet that allowed the user to know the time in every part of the world where the Jesuits had missions. Kircher intended to be of practical use and suggested that it be mounted on wood and then oriented precisely by the use of a sundial. The rows at the bottom of the sheet could be cut out and mounted on stiff paper so that it could be rotated to show the hours. The main design is in the shape of an olive tree. When the sheet is hung vertically and pins placed at the nodes of the tree, the shadows of all the pins align to spell IHS, the logo of the Society of Jesus. Alright, the magic lantern. Kircher's unusual depiction of the magic lantern had been taken by some critics to mean that he had not actually built one or seen it operate, since the illusion shows the mirror not properly lighted with the light source, and the glass slider appears in the front of the lens rather than behind it. Let's take a look at that. Oh, yup. It looks like a projector at the movie theater. Look, yup. It looks just like that. Camera. Wonder camera. Got you. Some argue that these anomalies are due to the mistakes by the Dutch publisher Washburg. However, others hold that the mechanism would work as depicted, and that it was a variant of the normal type, designed as an analogical demonstration of the Neoplatonic metaphysics of light. Alright, this concludes this chapter.